Hi there, Carl here, and welcome to my 2023 message. Coming to you all the way from beautiful Bali. I'm up in the mountains in central Bali. A little bit grey out there, and there's a bit of wind blowing as well. So, what I'm going to do with this message for 2023, I've got 5 particular themes that I'm going to speak about. One of them is looking at the past, and then the other 4 are looking forward into 2023 and beyond. So let's get started. So the first one I'm calling owning your power. And the sort of theme for that is don't outsource the really important stuff. So one of the things that I've seen and identified and become even more aware of over the last few years is this idea of I need to own my own power. I need to take responsibility for myself, for the choices I make. And I'm going to call a spade here. Further realization, I've sort of realized this before, but I can't depend on government agencies, for example, to have me, Carl Massy, best interests at heart. There's such a, interwoven relationship between big business and government that I can't trust that the regulating agency for what goes on the shelves in the supermarket is actually good, healthy, wholesome, and not bad for my health. So I need to take back my own power in making choices. I need to realize that government isn't going to take care of me better than I take care of myself. Government or any other agency or anything outside of myself doesn't know what's best for Carl Massy. Same with yourself. No one else outside of you truly knows what's best for you as a unique individual. So it's really about owning your own power. Even choosing what you want to do in life. Like, don't allow someone else outside of you to tell you, oh, you should be doing this. The last time I got told I should be doing something, I was doing some boot camp in Bali that I really disliked. I was told I should do it because I had army background and physical background and all that sort of stuff, but I couldn't stand it. So again, taking back power. So, what is it that I really want? Which leads into the second theme when we start looking at, going forward. And it's about focusing on what you do want. And, the sub-theme for that is choosing something of true value. So it's about deciding this year and moving forward, what is it that I truly want? And actually letting that, fill your mind, let that fill your vision, let that fill your heart, let that draw you forward. Rather than looking behind and, talking about all the things we don't like about the past and even looking around us and, complaining about all the things we don't like. It really is about having the focus, the power, the strength, the willpower, the drive, the inspiration to really focus on what it is we do want. What do I want to create this year and beyond, and putting all of our life force, our plasma into that. And if things come up that are outside of where you want to go, like those distractions, just let them go. But get really clear about what it is you want to go for, and be really clear about doing something that's wholesome, that's good for you, good for others, and good for the greater good. So, for me, I've, sat down, and that's why I'm up here for my getaway for a couple of days, is to get really clear about what it is that I want to create in 2023 and beyond. So this is about not, again, being distracted by things around you, but being really clear about where you want to take things. And being clear about choosing something that's got true value, because you want to put your life force into this, your plasma into this, you want to put your time, energy, and even your money into this. So choosing where you want to put that, but doing it consciously. Don't just get pulled along or knocked about and told, oh, you should do this or you should do that or whatever. Again, it's back to that first theme about owning your power and then choosing, this is where I'm going to take my energy over the course of this year. Sort of rolls into the next thing, because the next one is be safe but not too safe. And I say in the stretch zone is where life truly comes alive. So the example for me is I come up here and get clear about what I want to create in 2023. For me, it's actually, I want to get back to the land. Like, I'm loving being up here in the mountains, and I love all this greenery. There's, coffee trees around. There's lots of different stuff around here. I want to create that as my home base. So one of the things I've decided that I want to focus on is creating a bit of land and having a bit of farm and actually producing a lot of the food that I put in my mouth. I want to own my power, like I said the first time, and know exactly what food is going into my mouth, making sure that I know there's no chemicals and all that sort of stuff, that it's been produced in the best way possible so it's the most healthy as possible for my body. So when I talk about being safe but not too safe, in order for me to do this thing I want, I need to let up a bit of safety. Currently I live in this house with my partner Ferry in Bali. No bank loans, don't have any sort of debts or anything like that, a little bit of a nest egg. And I've made the decision to step out of the safety zone of that. I could, easily stay in that safety zone, but I want to create something, that is more aligned with myself and what I desire mostly in life. So I want to create this farm thing, and so I need to step out of my safety of having, this nice house and no debts and that sort of stuff, into a place where I'm actually going to lease some land, we're going to do some building on it, something I've never done before. Flat piece of land, architects, builders, all new to me, so I'm definitely stepping out of my safety zone. However, I call myself a strategic expert, so I do a lot of project planning, strategic planning, spreadsheeting and that sort of stuff before I step into this thing. So it's stepping out of that safety zone, but doing it in a mindful, conscious, intelligent, strategic way. So I strongly encourage people to step out of their safety zone so that they can live life a little bit more fully. So if we stay in the comfort zone, we really don't get to experience the best of life. And I don't think we get to experience the best of ourselves in our interaction with life. And we certainly don't get to fully express that power that I think we've all got within us. So again, this theme of safe but not too safe, right? Caveat is be strategic, intelligent, conscious about how you do that. And, if you ever want a hand to go through that process, don't hesitate to reach out. The fourth theme is creative energy, and a lot of creative energy is on offer. Now is the perfect time to get your creative on. What I think that's happened over the last few years is there's been a lot of suppression of creativity, and that suppression of creativity is through a lot of fear, a lot of distraction, a lot of people staying in their safety zone. So it's not where we do our most creative work, when we're in a state of fear, when we're distracted, when we're getting pushed down agenda paths and all that sort of stuff. So what I think is there's a lot of creative energy stirring in all of us. And it's at the base of our being. And what we want to do is we want to punch that creative energy up through the core of our being, bring it up here, and get it into our heart and send this creative energy out into the world. We want that energy up into our brain and send that creative energy out there. So I think a lot of creative energy is stuck down low in our bodies. And if we're in fear, we contract our stomach, we've got worry going on there. We sort of trap that energy down there. So what I think is if we let go of a little bit of fear, if we open ourselves up to letting this power flow through us, I think what we do is we let this power come up, and I think there's this well of power in all of us, bang, and this creative energy that's just waiting to be released. Now, I think that's at an individual level, but I also think it's at a collective level, and I think it's at a planetary level as well. I think there's no better time than now to bring something to fruition. So if there's anything that you wanted to birth into life, so for me, it's creating this farm experience and, everything that sort of involves. So getting in there, creative about what plants go with what plants, what can we grow in different places, how do we do composting, and how do we do the sustainability thing and all of that sort of stuff. So time to get creative about bringing all this thing together. And I think now the energy is ripe and rife within us all. Remove that fear, let that energy flood up, bang into the heart, creative expression to the world, and that energy up into the brain, and then creative insight. So again, I think that's a possibility for 2023 and beyond. So tap into that, because I think it's a rich source at the moment. So my fifth and final theme is self-care equals self-love. My sort of subtitle to that is let's ditch the self-care equals selfish BS. So what I'm saying there is, too often we get caught up in this idea of, if you're taking care of self, that's selfish of you. I think that's a load of baloney. And for me, when we take care of ourselves, it's an active form of self-love. So instead of waiting around for self-love to happen to me or me to say, I don't have love for myself or whatever, I actively do things that are caring for me. I'm showing myself that I love myself, and that is automatically increasing that self-love. It's also increasing the energy that I have to play this game of life. It's increasing the energy that I have to serve others as well. So by me taking care of myself, by me putting the oxygen mask on myself before I take care of everyone else, I'm actually filling myself up and I'm getting ready to express myself in an even greater way. And that definitely supports this creative thing. I do this work on myself and I come into a greater state of calm stability and groundedness. That's going to allow this creative energy to flow up my spine, burst into my brain, burst into my heart, and that sort of thing. So self-care is an important part of allowing yourself to get into these creative states, to come into alignment so you fully trap into your self-power. So you're able then to step out of that safety zone and feel really comfortable doing that. And the last theme that I didn't roll into that little piece that I was putting together there was it's going to allow you to really head in the direction of that thing that's most valuable, most important for you. So again, you're moving in that direction, that thing you most desire. So just to summarize again, the 5 themes I talked about: owning your power. So taking personal responsibility, not waiting for someone else outside of yourself to take care of yourself or to give you advice. Like really, do the discerning thing and then own your own power, your own sovereignty as well. Focus on what you do want. Focus your attention, your life force, your money, whatever it is, into what it is you most desire. Don't overdo the safety thing. Like, don't stay in this safety zone. Sort of stretch yourself out, stretch yourself out. And that might be little steps and little steps. You don't have to jump way out there into the crazy zone. Little steps, but don't stay in that safety zone. That's not going to be a life well lived experience. I reckon there's a whole bunch of creative energy on offer. I reckon now is a time when this energy has just been building up over the last few years and it wants to explode out of you, so let it explode out of you. And do it in a self-caring way. When you take care of yourself, you're going to have the energy to do all of those things and themes that I've just talked about there. So there you go, Carl Massy's idea for 2023 moving forward, my little message for you at the start of the year. Hope wherever you are on this beautiful, gorgeous, incredible planet of ours, you're having an absolutely fantastic day. You've started the year well, and I wish you all the very best. So take care, and I look forward to crossing paths with you over this year or the years to come. All the very best, and take care.